Hey, good morning, everybody, for September 22nd, 2020. Um, this is the whole group lesson, okay, and we're going to go into it's going to be page 34 and 35 once again. Just so you're aware, I added a do now for today. It has to do with the vocabulary word right, okay, as an example, it's your right to do this or that. Okay, so you're right. Okay, so I want you to do the do now. Make sure you get that on. Okay, one of the things that they are really focusing with on this, excuse me, on this specific article. Okay, this is an informational text. Hopefully, and most of you, I'm sure, know what an informational text is. Basically, text is anything that is written, correct? Um, Notes that I write in class are text. Uh, we use the word text message when we write something to somebody. Um, Text that we read in a book. There's text that we read in a newspaper. This right here is all text. Okay, so this is an informational text. So basically, if you think about it, information is something that we learn, something that we kind of put into our brain. That's information. Information can come from so many different places. Okay, so an informational text is a reading or it's words that give us information. Okay, yesterday, most of us in class and those of you at home should have filled out the vocab word earn, okay, to receive something for what you give, basically, okay, to receive money for work, to receive respect for a good attitude, to receive food for uh, doing my chores. Okay, all those things. Earning is getting something, receiving something because of what you put into it. Okay, how might you earn money? I could earn money over the summer by working at LeBeau's, or I could earn money over the summer by helping my dad hay. Okay, those are examples of earn. Okay, and then forbid means that you do not allow something. Okay, to not allow someone to uh, do something. Okay, so our school forbids a lot of different things. Our school forbids swearing. Our school forbids running in the hallway. Our school forbids drugs and alcohol. Those are all examples. Okay. All right, so moving into the informational text, the goal of this is to gather the main idea and details. Okay, um, the main idea, kind of the way that I like to think about this, guys, is if okay, so many of you are familiar with roping, like roping calves. Okay, so when I have a rope or a lasso, okay, I make the loop really big, right? Um, Pretty big. Okay, then as I swing the rope above my head and I throw it over a calf's head, okay, and I pull, what does that rope do? Well, it tightens, right? Okay, so to me, that calf is the main idea. Okay, when you have that tight down around the calf, that's the main idea. That's the one thing, right? Okay, but the details are everything around it, everything that could be in that loop. Okay, so you think about some of you may be interested in like court, okay, like judges and trials, things like that, crime. Okay, so if I were to go rob a bank, okay, the main idea would be that Jesse Calder is accused of robbing a bank. Okay, that'd be a bad deal. Not encouraging anybody to do that, obviously. Okay, so that would be the main idea. Well, the details would be what would be used to decide if I'm guilty or not, right? Well, what was he driving? Was his car on the camera? What about his fingerprints? Were they on the glass of the bank window? Um, how tall is he? You know, does he match how tall the person was in the video? Uh, you know, things like that. Those are the details. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and read this. We're going to read this informational text about children and their rights. Okay. Here is the sad truth. Children all over the world lack the rights that many of us have. Millions go without safe drinking water. Others live without shelter. Young children are forced to work. They must earn money to help their families. For these kids, education is not an option. Strict rules exist in some countries. The rules forbid girls from going to school, or girls cannot study certain subjects. The United Nations wants that to change. The UN is an international group. It works in countries around the world. It helps people achieve human rights. The UN made a list of rights all children should have. It includes the right to grow up healthy and free, the right to have a name and be a member of a country, the right to food, housing, and medical care, the right to go to school, the right to be taught peace, tolerance, and friendship, the right not to work before a minimum age. There is still a problem. Not all countries agree with the UN. Luckily, some young people do agree. They are willing to stand up for their beliefs. They speak out about the injustices they see. Their supporters speak out too. These young men and women are our future. Okay, so I want you guys to think about what is the key idea? What are some examples of ways children's rights are denied? List 2 examples. Some children's rights are denied because they don't have blank or blank. I want you to fill that in, and then we will discuss. Language to discuss. One important detail in this text is blank. Another important detail in this text is blank. Okay, so these are details. How has the United Nations tried to ensure that all children have basic rights? Write a quote from the text that describes one way. A quote is something you're going to pull from right here, okay, within this text. The text states that blank, and you'll put that there, okay? All right, so add or change one letter at a time to finish each list of words in the word change. Some are done for you. Go from sick to block, okay? So they went from block to sick, okay? Okay, now we need to fill in a word here. Okay, so they're going from sick to block. So all right, so sick is the first word. Okay, then they've got lock. So maybe lick, sick, lick, lock, block. Okay, safe to game. Okay, so you're gonna write safe on this first line right here. Okay, then they used the V. Okay, now we know we need game right here at the end, so we'll move this game to right here, and you're gonna have to figure out how to change one letter, okay, to kind of make this work. Okay, go from pay to plane. So I'm gonna put pay right here. I'm gonna put plane right here, and you need to find ways to make it just change one word at a time to make it evolve into the word plane. Okay? Do your best with that. I know that's kind of tricky. Other than that, guys, do page 35. Okay, main idea, details, and then I want you to save it and turn it in. Thanks.